Well, hello everybody, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that kind of stuff. Hope you are having a great holiday season. Just a quick little stock market update before you go on your 3-day weekend. I hope you're taking advantage of this green market because it's melting up, and I haven't seen a market like this in a while, and I think we're long in the tooth on the run, like I said last week, and I'll show you the chart in just a second. But it's still green, and when green is green, that means green is you got to press on the accelerator pedal as long as it's green because that's your highest probabilities. Let's go through a couple of slides real quick just to kind of show you what's going on. We've still got 3 green lights and 1 red, so we're still technically in a green condition, but look how long we've been going on since basically the first part of November. So we got all of November and most of December, we've been green. That's a very long time. Now, we were a little choppy before that, but now we've lost 1 green light and we've turned red, and so we'll see if it can keep up. See this channel? I drew this channel like 4 months ago, and look at it. It's hit it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, almost to the penny. I think the market is just amazing how it does these things. But it's hit it to the penny. It's bouncing down off that channel. We'll see if it can get enough volume to break up. I don't think that you're going to have enough volume on a short week next week, and half the traders are out in the Hamptons. So I don't think you're going to get the bounce up to break out through it, at least a sustained breakout. It might break out and peak its head above that level, but we need the big traders to come back after the first of the year to really run that thing up through. And there is probability that it's going to run up through. I mean, the Fed is backed into the corner, like I've been saying for about a year now. That's why the market's gone up. That's why, assets are going up. You're seeing Bitcoin bouncing. You're seeing gold hit record highs. You're seeing the market hit record highs. It's because the Fed is devaluing the dollar. And when you devalue the denominator, the numerator goes up. If nothing else, the numerator value, that equation goes up when you devalue the bottom line. And so we're devaluing the dollar. We're making it worth less. Since it's worth less, that means everything's melting up. Just supply and demand, just the way numbers work. All right, I'll run through these real quick, but they all look the same. The NASDAQ, record high, had a reversal 2 days ago on some decent volume, but it is right up at the high at 15,000. And it doesn't look like there's any weakness in that composite at all. Look at the S&P 500, same thing, had a bounce exactly off the 8-day moving average, bounced right back up, gapped up today. Dow Jones had a big reversal, big outside candle 2 days ago. Didn't have the volume to make it really concerning, but it bounced off that moving average, bounced off it again yesterday. Today, it hasn't broken above it. I'm saying there's a little resistance there, but we need some trading to happen to really get a feel for what's going to happen there. New York Stock Exchange was the weakest. Now it's back up to being in the same category with the other 3 that I just mentioned. It's up at the highs, and it wants to go higher too. I mean, unless it's going to bounce off the other side, and I don't see a reason for it to bounce off the other side. The volatility index is showing us a little bit of a reversal here. It went up the last 3 days, but it's still down in really low territory around 14. You see it doing some prints there in the 12s, but it's doing its thing, and it's going to always do its thing. But the market is a little long in the tooth on this run, I will say. All right, Apple. Apple is on a breakout. It tried to break out, but it didn't have the volume to break out on the earnings. Sorry, not on the earnings, on that big volume day, which was what, five days ago, and it sold off. But Apple is kind of consolidating in this area, and it wants to make a run at that 200. My numbers say that if it goes to 200, it's going to go to 220. It's those, for some reason, those little those round numbers seem to be resistance and support. And by the way, this is education and information, not stock market advice. Do your own research, that kind of thing. All right, so that's Apple. Apple, there's nothing wrong with Apple, except the relative strength rating is dropping a bit on it. It's just not moving like everything else is anymore. And they had a little bit of trouble with their watch, and that's why the big volume the other day. Tesla. Tesla is in the middle of a double bottom pattern. That 279 level is where it wants to go. That it wants to go test that level. It's got a couple of the swing points in there, but they're minor. So it wants to go up and test that 279 level. And then if it tests that positively, and that's not a very big swing point. It wants to go to that 299.29, which is like the high for the year. So if it goes to that 299.29, that's not even a big test. It only has to do 175 million there. If it can break above 175 million, this stock looks like it wants to go up. And it's at a nice consolidation of a double bottom pattern here right now. All right, one more that I'll do, and that's Nvidia. Nvidia is acting very healthy, coming through a double bottom pattern as well. It's right at a pivot point, right at the spot you want to be buying it. If you're a buyer of Nvidia, and some people are, we are buyers of stocks, but we also sell calls against them to get options income, so we can create income while we're waiting for our stocks to go up and down, and we play defense and offense and all that kind of stuff. But Nvidia looks healthy to me. It's got a relative strength of 97. And it's in an AI play. And look at those numbers over there on the left, from $4 to $18 in earnings. It's just a juggernaut. But I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to wish you and yours a very happy and healthy holiday season. It's 3 days of bliss, I hope, and I hope you have the people that you love around you, and you make sure you tell them you love them, and make sure that you show them. So have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week on a light week, but we'll still do a stock market update on Friday. Take care, everybody. Merry Christmas.